Fox. Oh, not even in frame. Hi, Fox. Got a parcel. I thought you could help me open it while I answer some of the questions you had in your previous video. Come with me. You right? You up? That's a bit better, eh? Not a bit better. Okay, so this was on my doorstep. It was an impulse buy this weekend. I have always wanted one. So let me talk to you while I open this. So, you had a few questions. Where's my phone? You had a few questions about the kitchen. So I thought I'd talk to you in the kitchen about the kitchen. And you asked, how did I get started on the kitchen renovation? So I wanted to do this, a renovation to the kitchen for years, like years and years, since we bought the house, like, let's say 25 years ago, because it was probably about a little bit more than that actually, but let's say 25. And the thing that always stopped me was money. Always. Especially when you're like at home with kids and you're not earning money and blah, 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 and everything's really hard to make ends meet all the time. And so always felt like I needed to get Greg's buy-in, permission, agreement about the kitchen, and we could never agree. There was never any money, and I never felt like I had any money, and he always said he never had any money, and together we never had any money. And because I was thinking it was going to cost so much, because kitchens do cost so much. And this went on for years, and you know all my history and everything, and that's cool. And also, like, when I came back from Australia, it's still like the kitchen was just gross, you know. And so how did I start? I thought that I actually don't need to get a kitchen. I just need to find out about a kitchen. And it sounds weird, eh? But so what I did to start with was I went to a kitchen company. I just literally went to the shopping centre. Went to the shopping centre and there was a kitchen place there, just a company that does kitchens. And it better not be that colour. And good, it's not. And walked in off the street and said, can you talk to me about a new kitchen? And that's exactly how I started. You are looking at my stuff. Why don't we just change that up a bit, eh? That's a bit better. A bit better. Yeah. No. Yes. No. So I got them to talk to me about a kitchen, and that's where it started. So she asked me questions about what I had and what I wanted, where my pain points were, and because it was like a showroom, she could walk me around their showroom, their example kitchens, you know, because they quite often have those in those sorts of companies. And yeah, and so I left her to design my kitchen, really. We designed it together, and then she pulled it all together and contacted me later and told me how much it was. And when I heard how much it was like really doable. I was like, I had been thinking that to do the kitchen would cost a lot more than that. So once I realized that it was a price that was achievable, I then thought about what else I could do to make it a really good renovation. And that's when I talked to a builder, and we did a little bit of renovation around it too. So the building costs were on top of the kitchen costs, and they've all been achievable, and that's what we did. And the great thing was, because with the kitchen install, which I didn't realize, was that they break the payments down to 4 payments, and you pay like a 25% deposit, and then, you know, and the price does change because you might maybe buy a more expensive tap, or you might have an extra problem that you have to solve, or whatever, or your appliances, like in our case with the stove, ends up being different, and blah, blah. So those payments change, but they're very, very achievable. Well, I thought they were over the time, and that's how I started. I started by going and talking to a kitchen person. in a showroom where they could show me what they meant by soft close, what they meant by engineered stone, what they mean by a granite, what's the difference between marble and engineered stone and granite, and all that sort of thing, including the price of them and that sort of thing. And it's like just like anything in life, just broke it down, made it really easy. What else did you ask me? I have nothing interesting to share with you, that's why I'm answering your questions. What this is for my kitchen. I did impulse buy over the weekend. The food show has been on in Auckland, and they had a show special, the KitchenAid. And so I bought one. 35% off. This is what makes me happy. There's one of these, except it's not that colour. Anyway, so you asked about books. That was another thing. I don't read a lot. I have a lot, but I don't read a lot. The last book I read was Van Gogh's Air by Bernadette Murphy, I think her name is. It'll be down in the description if I'm incorrect. It's an absolute brilliant read. Fabulous. When I first got it, and I opened it, and I started to read it, I'm like, oh God, I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't what I was reading. And I put it away for a little while, but then I pulled it out and thought, you've got to stop buying books and not reading them. Read it. So I read it, and it's absolutely bloody brilliant, and I'd highly recommend it. In fact, I've actually given the book away to my manager, and she's reading it at the moment, and I've told her to give it to anybody else who wants it. If she likes it, she can give it back to me if she doesn't like it. And while it was an actual book, I do still read on my Kindle, or buy books for my Kindle. I really just want to cut the box. Should I cut the box? What if I have to send it back? Okay, so I still read on my Kindle. I especially like the Kindle because I can reference stuff. I read using the Kindle app on my computer and also on my phone. So I mix and match it. I like all of them. They're good. I also bought another book when we were out one night. We went out for dinner, and there was a bookshop that was open really late, and I popped in. Really liked the cover of a book, so I bought it. It was called The Curse of the Boyfriend Sweater, and I'll link that down below too. I'm not sure what I thought it was going to be, but it was a bunch of essays, and I'm really not that keen on that sort of thing. But they're quite good to read because they're kind of like a snack box of this woman's articles, and she's a crafter, does knitting, and so some of them are short, some of them are long, some of them are kind of experimental kind of thing. Anyway, I like it. I would recommend that too. But that's all at the moment that I have. So The Curse of the Boyfriend Sweater next to my bed, and I kind of read one every couple of her articles. And kind of, this is going to be noisy. Hold on. So, yeah, so how do you get out of a bad mood? That's what you asked me. What if you're feeling like in a bad mood? What you do? Well, one of the things I do is I buy myself a KitchenAid. I find, without a doubt, the one thing that works for me if I'm in a bad mood or have low energy or not feeling great is exercise. It's moving. It's getting outside and either going for a walk, even if it's round the block, or you know, a proper like walk for an hour at pace, or I go to the gym or punch something, and I always feel better after that. That works every single time. The other thing that works for me is sleep. Generally, my bad moods are associated with low energy, which is always associated with low or poor sleep and lack of moving. I'm still going to be noisy. Hold on. Because I lost my angry. I don't have that anger anymore, or not that I identify as I used to, you know, identify. I used to, you know, get angry and then rant, and now that doesn't happen. I think I still get angry, but I don't feel it the same way, and it doesn't. I act out in different ways too, so I don't think it's good. But I'm not really aware of it. Maybe my anger will come back. But hold on, more noise. I'm listening to an audio book at the moment on Audible about sleep, and I'll link that down too in the doobly-doo. It's really, really good and really, really worrying. Well worth listening to really start getting enough sleep, because you can't catch up lost sleep. Once it's gone for eves. Okay. Now to the really important part of this video, my new kitchen, my new KitchenAid. I've always wanted one of these. Oh my God, I can't even believe I bought it. And then I've just spent a few days like being, well, not buyer's regret, but look at it. I bought, you can hardly see it against the wall, I guess. It's the almond coloured or cream, and that's because my kitchen's cream. At the moment the wall is cream because it's been plastered ready for the tiler, but oh my God, that is just so beautiful. It is so beautiful. It goes with my new tap. Check out the new tap. I'll tell you about the story about the tap another day, but it's got a nice porcelain doodad tap that went in over the weekend. There's mess on the floor now because I've been unpacking, but this is my kitchen. I'll quickly show it to you. Let me go down here and turn around, and this is the kitchen. So there used to be a wall there at the end, so you couldn't see into the dining room. So that's what the builder took out, that wall. Let me turn the light on. So he took out that wall, that you can see the top bit of it still there because it's a beam, right? So that wall's gone. The door used to be where the fridge is now. And so it's opened this entire space up. We took out the lino and everything and polished the floor, so it looks amazing. Quite a cost-effective answer to that. And I put in this massive bench that just goes all the way along this entire wall, and put in this new window. The window used to drop lower than it does, and put in a new window there, but it was the same size. And there's a microwave, and just white cupboards with this recess in it. That's a dishwasher. It's amazing dishwasher. And so our kitchen used to turn around, and the oven used to be here too against that wall. It's gone, but now the oven's over here on this wall. Fridge, more drawers. Those have got saucepans in. This is my mighty oven. That is another story in itself. And more drawers. And this is the pantry. Let me just pantry. And the pantry has shelves and it has drawers. So it has soft closed drawers. These are down here so the kids can get to the food. So it's not set up the way I want it to yet because we're still in the building process, you know, but that is an amazing pantry. And look at these beautiful knobs. They're my favourite. And these beautiful knobs. Beautiful. So, coffee machine. Yeah, so, and I've got cupboards up the top here that light up. Yeah. Let me take you down the other end and show you the other way. And as you can see, we're all still going with the renovations. Stuff is my boxes, excuse me. That's the kitchen. So this is going to be tiled and painted on this wall. This is the colour. And the tiles are cream. Nothing drama there. And this is, tiles are going on this backsplash as well. And this little doodad here is for my pot filler tap. What is a pot filler tap, you say? Well, stick around and I will show you what it is when it arrives from Italy. It has been arriving for a long time, about 6 weeks, and it's got another probably 6 weeks to go before we get it. And that's my new KitchenAid. 35% at the show, at the home food show. That makes it actually very affordable because they are not very affordable normally. Mixed media challenge for July. There's no flipping way I'm going to get it done because it has to get done tonight. I too have been sick. I've had a couple of, well, probably 8 days I had got bronchitis, so I have been kind of drowning in my own inability to withdraw oxygen from the air or something, however the hell bronchitis works. So there's no way I'm going to get it done. I would like to propose that we move the challenge to August and have August challenge to be any media, still life, but let me know how you feel about that. And now I'm going to go and like put my beautiful KitchenAid on my bench. Got clean up here and it's going to look amazing. Nice to talk to you, Fox. I shall see you later, alligator. I love you, bye. I love you, bye. I'm not doing any singing or anything because I'm starving and so I'm out. See you, Fox.